fact that Joey Shaw is a big fan of HIMS. He's a huge fan of HIMS. Joey Shaw loves him some HIMS and hers. That's I don't think no one's gonna get that joke. But yeah, HIMS. I don't know if you want to be chasing up here. That's what I'm thinking. Do you really want to chase up here? Because it's already made its move. Let me check. Let me just check something here. All right. Let me just see. Let's look at let's start from the top. Yearly time frame came down to support. Wow, it did come down to yearly support. Quarterly time frame. Man, I mean, if you're buying, you're really betting it on a recovery here. Because it really tanked from 72 to 20s. Monthly time frame. Actually would not be a bad bet to buy, but I think you would want a dollar cost average. Yeah, it's at a huge level right now. It's because this is resistance. Look at this. This is a big level right here. So it would have to get over 24 to turn bullish. Yeah, so it kind of makes sense actually that it failed to break out yesterday. It absolutely makes sense that it failed. This is a big level on the weekly time frame. It has to get above 25 and hold to go to that next to 28 then 30s. So if that's your bet and if you want to buy today and that's your bet, I mean it's not a bad bet, but you better have a man, the stop loss would have to be a little loose. I mean if you're gonna swing trade it for long term, go right ahead and don't have a stop loss, but I would not trade this without a stop loss. I don't trust it. I don't trust this stock. I don't. Yeah, on the 3-minute time frame, it looks like it's gonna blow up, but it's so volatile. It just jumped $2. Yeah, I mean, if you want to chase, go right ahead. Just be warned. Oh boy. 24. Yeah, I mean, you would have to have a $1 stop loss, or maybe even wider. This thing is going. Did it just get news today? I know it got news a few days ago, but did it just get more? Or is this a short squeeze? Because I know there was a lot of shorts on this. Yeah, oh yeah, it's running. It's moving. I would be scared that it's a fake out. And then it's just going to dump. But yeah, I mean, if you want to buy and set a low at the stop, a stop at the low today, or if you're just going to hold it long term and believe in the recovery, because it's got a long way up, I believe, on the 200. Let me check the 200. Yeah, I mean, if it makes a recovery just to the 200 moving average, it would come back down to, it would go back up, I should say, to $42. So from where it is right now to $42, what would that be? That would be, wow, that would be 50% plus. So yeah, if this is a, what would I call this? A recovery play? See, if you guys watched my previous videos, what did I tell you? When the stock price is above the white line, it's easy money. Why is it easy money? Because it just keeps pumping off that white line, and you can see that very clearly on the charts that I'm showing you here. You can see it. It came down to the white line, pumped off of it, pumped here off of the white line, went on a huge tear, came down to the white line, pumped again, white line touched it here, pumped again. The one time it didn't hold above the white line, it just kept tanking. So if you believe that this is going to recover back to at least that white line that acted as support in the bull run, well, in a bear market, it's going to act as resistance. So if you believe that HIMS is going to make that kind of recovery back to like 40s, go right ahead and buy. I would not blame you. You're playing the recovery, and your target would be that white line. Once it gets to that white line, then it becomes a question of, is it gonna go back to the bull run, right? Because we're not in a bull run right now, guys. Right? We're not. You can see the bull run for HIMS. Look at that. In the bull run for HIMS, it went from $5 to a high of 72. Now that's a bull run. People forget that oh, it's terrible that everything's tanking and getting very discounted. But they forget that you can make a whole lot of money in the bull run when everything recovers and just keeps going higher and everyone's a genius. So I say it's not a bad bet, but I have a rule: no healthcare stocks for me. That's just me. I'll stick to anything that's not healthcare. But I don't blame you. After talking to Joey Shaw on the on the Monday show, after talking to Joey Shaw on Monday, when we did the show together, the Shades and Shaw show, I think it's not a bad bet. I would dollar cost average into it. I wouldn't just lump sum a position here and hope. So yeah, I mean, that's very good money, even from, let me measure it. From where it is right now, and you're betting on a recovery to that white line, that's a 70%er. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to go straight there. Just want to clarify. It's not going to make a straight shot there. Because I know some of you are thinking that. You're getting caught up in the moment and thinking, oh man, it's going to go straight to 42. Woo, straight to 100. And it's probably going to take time. So, I say dollar cost average. Yeah, I think those are my thoughts on him. So I'll leave it at that. I think don't they have growing revenues? Let me check their revenues. Can you talk about how and why you buy at the end of the day? The short interest is crazy on HIMS. Let me check. I'll answer your question still time, cheese. But let me just check the short interest. Yeah, like I said, I don't blame you for buying. If you're going to buy, you better do it before it starts running like another 20%. Let me check the short interest for HIMS here. I'm working with 2 monitors. Let me check Fintel. And then I'm going to check the revenues for HIMS. See, I just have as a rule no healthcare stocks. But Joey Shaw was telling me, I mean, it's more of an AI stock than healthcare. And I'm like, I guess I'd have to look deeper into it, But yeah, let me see if I can pull up the revenues. TradingView financials. Yeah, but the reason I wait till end of day to buy is because I want to see how the market moves. I don't want to buy at the beginning of the day and then it just tanks. Whereas if I wait till the end of the day and it's a red day, I get to buy a discount. If I wait till the end of the day and it's a green day, well, I'm buying on a green day, on a day of strength. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? If I buy stock at the end of the day and it's a red day, I'm buying the discount. Because if I bought it in the morning, I would have been in the red. And if it's too red, if we're just tanking like crazy, I can just stay away from the markets because maybe something happened. So, and maybe we might get more downside. So I might just sit back and wait and see if we get a green day the next day. So that's why I wait till end of day, like 5-10 minutes before market close to make my purchases. Because it's a win-win. If it's a red day, hell yeah, I get to buy the dip. If it's a green day, I'm buying on a day with strength. And usually a green day is followed by another. So, it's just safer. Let me put it that way. But buying at open, not a bad idea either. I mean, it's as long as you're buying good companies, you're going to be fine long term. But let me pull up the short interest here for Fintel. Holy crap. The short interest for HIMS. If you're going to jump in, you better jump in before this thing gets going. Because that is a hell of a... It's got 40% short interest. That is insane. I know SoundHound has like 35% or something crazy. Shorts are stupid, man. They're going to get squeezed if they're not... Wow. So there you go. I mean, it's, again, not a bad play at all. Let me check the revenues. I'm just curious about the company as oh wow, okay, the revenues are they're climbing by like 60% every year. That's crazy. That is crazy. They're doing very well as a business. So yeah, I mean, shout out to Joey Shaw. His non-crypto plays always do well. His crypto plays do terrible, but his non-crypto plays are always doing very well. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on HIMS here. I'll leave it at that.